Can you kill it?
I believe something can.
A monster.
No, a god.
Let them fight.
Good evening, fellow kaiju movie lovers. Today's video, me and Michael here are going to be discussing Godzilla vs. Kong, the most highly anticipated versus movie coming in 2020. I don't know about you, but I am absolutely ecstatic for this film. I can't wait to see the legendary version of Godzilla going up against King Kong. Ever since the 1962 film, it's been an experience for kaiju fans everywhere, including myself. Michael, what are your thoughts on Godzilla vs. Kong?
I want this to happen, Dillon. You know, I'm not the biggest enthusiast compared to you on Kong and Godzilla themselves, but I love a good monster brawl. I love a good fun time, and, you know, I want to have a great, surreal, realistic moment. I want these two icons to be the center of attention, to be the main focus, and to fight, and to see the humanitarian consequences and environmental consequences of what these two could cause to the global population of our world. So I think the director of Krampus and Trick or Treat has a lot in store for us, and I really hope he follows through with the principle of a versus film and not what you're gonna expect.
Yeah, and I'm gonna get into that right now.
Please do.
Because all over the media, there has been talk about something that I think people are centering way too much into, that they basically what they want is something in this movie that is so stupid and so surreal that it's been done so many times that it got a little redundant and cliche, and that is they want Godzilla and Kong to team up. Yeah, that's right, team up against a bigger threat, which is aka another monster or the military. Now, Michael, what are your thoughts on this?
You know what? Honestly, we've had so fucking many of both of these franchises have verses and verses and verses, and other cinematic universes too have done this too, and we don't want the same cliched stuff. You know, a lot of these people online are expecting so much from one director and the team to follow their demands. And you know what? And what if it flops? What if the team up is cliched, it's lacking, and it's fucking pathetic and boring? Then what's gonna happen? You're gonna blame the director and bitch. That's what they do, Dillon.
Yeah.
They hype one director, one team, and they expect so much to go their way. It's only their way, and then they complain about it. This has happened with so many films that we've talked about. I mean, yeah.
It's
just focus on one thing.
It's a sad tragedy. And here I have a list with me that I'm going to share with all of you. And that is the top 10 reasons why Godzilla vs. Kong should be a versus movie and not a team up.
Yes.
So without further ado, let's get started.
All right, go ahead, sir.
Number 10, two famous monsters, and a third is overkill.
Yes.
What are your thoughts on that, Michael?
It's not needed. If it's, you know, Godzilla versus Kong or vice versa, focus on those two characters and focus on the character development of other people around the situation, like the United States and Japan and the world. Let them focus on what's going on. Don't just have a third monster come in, because it defeats the purpose, it ruins the potential, and it's going to be a lackluster, cliched, unoriginal, lacking story that we have seen before with sequels and the franchises.
Yeah, and
so just focus on those two. That's all we want. Have those two. You know what? Establish the third aspect in a later phase and a bigger threat at a later time. Don't put all your effort. Don't mash the potatoes all in one story.
Yeah.
Because it's just be confusing. There's going to be judgment. There's going to be hate, and we have seen this with previous recent films we've seen this year.
Indeed.
So yeah, focus on those two.
Yep. So moving on.
Yep.
Number 9. It's been over 50 years, that being the 1962 film, and we would like to see something a little more dramatic.
Exactly. A lot of people think of that of the 62 film as hokey, cheesy, but you know what? Reestablish this, remake it, make it its own. Talk about that, Dillon. I mean, you're the one that's passionate about this, you know.
Well, yeah, I mean, I kind of feel like basically it's not a question of if or who, like basically whoever wins, we lose. But and the thing is though I'll get to that later on. I mean, like, look, I want something that's dark and serious, like having two monsters fight in like a large populated area, causing a lot of death and destruction, and even that on like the environment and the economy would just be a great part of the story.
It would be the strongest point. You would have these two fighting. You would have a darker story. It would be like Godzilla 2014, except it would be better lit, and you would have these two being the center of attention. Not so much dialogue. Well, you could have the dialogue with the human characters, which the casting is going to be interesting.
Yeah.
The casting is going to be the best part too. But yeah, but have those two be the main focus, and have everyone just watch, not just one specific part of the world. Just have these two fight. Have people watch. And just let's see what happens, because I'm excited for the cast, don't get me wrong, but I want to see these two and how we react and how fans react. That's what we want. Make something darker, make something dramatic, make something, new. Revamp Godzilla and Kong, revamp it. Make something new for the new generation.
With good point.
With all respect, of course.
Yes, of course. Now moving on to number 8. It could be used to better effect.
Exactly. Step 1, step 2, and step 3. These are said in slow phases, not A, B, C, D. Because if you do A, B, C, D, you put everything in there, you rush it, you don't foreshadow nothing, you don't have, rhythm and pacing, you don't have tension, you just put everything together, you put characters here, you put monster fighting here, you put a bigger threat here, you're gonna have a fucking blender of shit.
Yeah, and
you're not gonna do it justice.
Yep, and the movie's just gonna go.
Exactly. Don't just make a movie for the sake of a profit, because a lot of those movies have failed and the trailers have hyped it and it's been done badly. So use it to a better effect. Use step 1, 2, 3, not A, B, C, D, all in one story, all in one film. Separate it, expand it, give it some fresh air, give it some room to breathe. Don't just fucking blah and money, 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 money,
Right.
Just use common sense, use your principles, and use your convictions. That's what the director needs to do. Anyone can say anything online, but it's you, it's your vision, you do what you want.
Agreed.
That's what you gotta do.
So now moving on. And this one's most interesting. Number 7. It would probably make the story more about that other monster.
Yes, it definitely would. It would just take it away. I'm going to mention this. You're going to mention this later, but Batman vs. Superman.
Yeah.
We had the two most iconic people in the cinematic universe fighting. We were excited. And then you have Lex Luthor, Wonder Woman, Doomsday, and then it just takes away everything, and it doesn't pay off with the fighting sequences.
No, it doesn't.
We like the film, but we're just saying as an example, don't let this be BVS. Make it something good. Make it focused on them. Wait. You have to have rhythm and pacing and tension and foreshadowing, like I've said before. Don't just put it there for the hell of it, because we don't want to see that anymore.
No, we don't.
We're tired of that. We want you to take it seriously. Make it a legitimate franchise for us. Make it a legitimate franchise for the fans.
Yeah.
Anything you want to say on that, Dillon? On that topic?
Nothing. Everything you just said is totally 100% accurate.
Exactly.
Therefore, I have nothing else.
Mhm.
So, moving on. Number 6. It would take away from the two main monsters, which is Godzilla and Kong.
Exactly. You would have this whole other fucking parallel story, and you want a backstory. How Kong and Godzilla met, how they fought, what are their backstories, what have they gone through, you know? Not so much a human approach, but just a little more, I don't know how you say, a little more information about them.
Yeah.
You know, having another monster come in is just another fucking cliched movie that's straight to DVD.
Yeah, luckily in the movies we have the organization Monarch, which have been studying these monsters for generations.
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to tie in really good with the films, and I hope they do that really interestingly.
Exactly.
So, yeah, that's all we have to say for that. And now moving on is number 5. It would likely be anticlimatic.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, you want to explain that?
I mean, okay. Basically, you remember in Batman v Superman, the whole Martha concept that interrupted the fight where Batman was about to finish off Superman with the kryptonite spear?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that a lot of people were pissed off about that. Like, now the fighting ended abruptly, and now they're all like friends and whatnot because of Martha.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We need to have a conclusion. It can't be just anticlimactic. And, oh, we're all good. You know, we want something serious, something vengeful, a punch in the fucking stomach.
Yeah,
that's
face,
what we want.
Atomic breath to maybe the chest.
Exactly. We want that gruesome violence. That's what we want. That's what me and Dillon want, and I'm sure most of you want this too. That agree with us on this subject. We want that climax, that official climax that establishes what happens after the fact. Not, oh, we're friends and we're kissy kissy, fucky fucky, you know.
Yeah, and we and before we continue, like, we have to know we can't be the only ones who actually think the same way. There's got to be a lot of you out there
There's
who
got to be.
Not all people go, oh, a team up sounds amazing.
Right.
No, it doesn't.
Because a lot of us are sick of this, so.
Yeah, so moving on. Number 4, and this one is totally true.
Justified.
Their personalities would not clash well.
Exactly. You have two different, you know, what do you mean by that, personalities? Like, they're two different people. Like, they get
two different monsters per se,
yeah,
and
monsters.
and their instincts of like aggression and instinct, it just wouldn't make sense for them to like clash and put their differences aside.
Exactly. It's not like they're the Justice League where they just agree and bygones be bygones. These are creatures with different intentions, different abilities, different environments, you know, different instinct, etc. They both have different characteristics, different actions, and different, you know, ways of handling things. It can't just be like, oh, it's the Justice League, oh, it's BVS. It has to have some kind of conclusion. And I think we could establish their differences in the next phase or in the sequel, not automatically, because it just fails and it doesn't work. It's been done to death. It's the most cliched fucking thing you could honestly put out there on the screen and do. It's a bad choice in direction. It's a bad choice as a storyteller.
And etc.
Yeah.
So, yep. Now moving on. And number 3, it doesn't seem natural.
No, it just doesn't. Having these two fight and then having someone else come in and all these other things come in, it just doesn't work. Have it centered at the time that's relevant. Have some relevance to the situation, to the people affected, and everything else, as Dillon said. Have some relevance and have them fight. Have them be in there. Don't just bring someone in there automatically. Wait. Patience is a virtue. So, please, honestly, even if people disagree, just think about that for a second. Do you really want something that comes out of the fuck nowhere, and then you'd be like, oh, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like the same thing with like Doomsday.
Exactly. Everyone got pissed off about that.
Yeah.
Just wait. Just hold on. Hold your horses.
Yeah.
Is what we're saying.
Yeah, pretty much. So
yeah.
Now, number 2, not a good use of the monsters.
Exactly. If you have a team up, you're not going to use them to their potential, to see their strengths, their weaknesses, their environments, and so on. If you just, you know, put something else in there, you're not going to use it to the best of the ability. And a lot of people want to see something from the comics, from the animated shows, and from everything else. They want to see that on the screen. So use them to the best potential and use them effectively. Use them smartly. Don't use it just amateurly or, you know, the most typical of ways.
Agreed.
You want to say anything about that, Dillon? I want to have your thoughts because this was your take on doing this video.
To be honest, like I said, you know, like like, yeah, it wouldn't. A team up would not be a good way to use the monsters. At least not right now.
Right.
You could use it like in a phase 2 perspective.
Exactly. Not just automatically have all these fucking monsters like it's, goddamn Avengers or, whatever.
Yeah.
Or Justice League. Don't just.
And another topic, someone actually told me, oh, but they're calling it Godzilla versus Kong right now. They could easily change the title.
But why though?
Why?
I like the title alone as a whole. Just have them both fucking fighting.
Yeah, etc. Like nothing.
I mean, it's. We've seen the Kong trailer and we've seen Godzilla the movie, and their roars and their anger and their fighting and their viciousness is what we need in this universe to save the predicament of cliche, to make something new, make something. Have them have phases. Have them have unsolved answers, unsolved things. Don't spoon feed us like we're stupid.
Keep it like a mystery, like a conspiracy idea.
Exactly.
For the imagination.
Have people talk after the fact. That's what a lot of directors do in certain films. They have people talk. They have people discuss. Don't just feed it all to us and just say we're done. You have your money. That's all you get. You get nothing else. Don't make one installment and rule out other possibilities.
Couldn't have said that better myself. And now, number 1. And this is the biggest one ever.
Yep.
Too much like Batman versus Superman.
Yes, elaborate, Dillon.
Well, pretty much like Batman v Superman, like the whole team up with Godzilla and Kong, it's just so like a Batman v Superman thing, oh, like they're comic book characters because they will be labeled as good guys.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever they put their differences aside, and for the sake of the greater good of humanity and the planet. Dude, first of all, that just doesn't work, okay? Yeah. They're not comic book heroes, they're not superheroes.
Right.
Like, okay, I don't understand why in the 2014 movie the Godzilla was labeled as a savior of the city. That just doesn't make sense because he doesn't really give a fuck.
Right.
He just wanted to kill those creatures, which is the Mutos.
Exactly.
So, anyway, I'm kind of dragging on, but the point is, they're not comic book heroes. They're monsters. Monsters. These monsters are born to do one thing: fight, fight, and fight, and they fight to kill and win.
That's it. That's all you have with Godzilla and Kong and other monsters of this universe. It's not like Batman, Clark Kent and Bruce Wayne. It's not this universe. You have to understand this is a whole other thing. And I don't want it to be like BVS because then all you motherfuckers are going to be like,
yeah, no shit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, now there's also bonus mentions.
Yes,
and
go ahead.
I added these myself. And I wanted to see what you think. And number 1 is, it would ruin the hype of a huge potentially anticipated monster rematch.
Yes, all that build-up. It's just like the curse of BVS. And we like BVS. It's a decent film. It has problems. Oh, fuck yeah, it does. We did our review of it months back. But
yep.
But if you just put these two, and you have all this hype around it, and you just make a complete 180... you're gonna have the BVS curse, and nobody wants that. Regardless if you like it or hate it, which many hate it, don't have this kind of direction. Be smart, like I said. Use your effect and use your craft and your experience as a filmmaker to your knowledge. And yeah, just take some perspectives from us and others, but don't just get money.
Right.
Which, I mean, it's hypocritical to say because you need money, especially if you're a filmmaker. It's hard, but but yeah, like I said, use effectively, have something new for us fans, for us goers of these films, and yeah, just make it, its own entity, its own thing.
Yeah. And the last one for the bonus mentions is, it would look cliche and stupid despite having visually amazing destruction and all-out monster battling action.
Exactly, because certain people say, when certain people watch Transformers, too much fucking explosions and action, and then there's someone says, I hate fucking visual directors. Yeah, I hate visual directors or visual fidelity or what the fuck am I talking about? Exactly. Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
And if you have these fucking hipster fucks who make the visual movie a visual thrill fest, they're gonna act like they're fucking smarter than you. What?
I know. Exactly. You're gonna have that again. You're gonna have this again. You're gonna have people complaining that this is like Transformers, this is like whatever. It's like BVS, too much action, too much explosions, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Whatever. You're going to have the same shit. We don't want that same fate for Godzilla and Kong. It's been fucking 50 years. 50 years, you better make something, you know, presentable and pleasing to us, you know.
Yeah.
Just don't make it a cliche explosion fucking fight fest and have all this crammed up, because I guarantee you they're gonna bitch. All these guys do is bitch and complain, bitch them and watch the trailer. They go on message boards and they all fucking suck each other off. That's what they're good at. So.
Yeah, pretty much. And I guarantee you, and all of you Godzilla fans may all disagree with us and think, oh, a team up is good because of this reason.
Same thing with the Kong camp.
Yeah, same thing. But the thing is, I guarantee you, if they do a team up, the movie's gonna bomb. End of story.
It's done. It's gonna have that curse. But yeah, so no disrespect to anyone out there, but there's some people you just want to just get out of your way and just say it. Like, there's a lot of people that are just stupid out there and just ignorant and dumb and, you know, do videos for attention and get the most views, and they're not honest, so.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's a whole other issue. We don't want the fucking Taliban bombing the shit out of us over this.
Oh, no.
So, yeah.
So, yeah, that's pretty much what we have for today.
Mm-hmm.
Be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe.
Please do. We appreciate it. We're going to get the ball rolling soon enough. I mean...
And we're going to spread this video around to all those who think a team up is still a good idea, because we can hopefully, not to say we don't want to change their opinion, but somewhat reconvince them. Like, before you say a team up is good, try to consider these.
Yeah, just consider our point of view, and then we'll have discussion. So yeah, please leave your comments below in the comment box of what you think. Should there be a team up? What do you think? Yes, no, indifference. Please let us know, and we really greatly appreciate it. So thank you for your time. Hopefully it's not too long. Just watch and let us know your thoughts.
All right, so.
All right, brother.
Take it easy.
Adios.
And we'll see you in the next video.
All right, take care.